People are free to decide who they want to be. When you want to be an artist, it doesn't mean you can't be a scientist. The same goes for the other way around. Hi, welcome to the Self-Up. This time, I want to talk about the book How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci by Michael J. Gelb. This book discusses how a genius thinks. Do you know who Leonardo da Vinci was? For those who don't know, Da Vinci is the famous painter behind the Mona Lisa and The Last Supper. Interestingly, he was not only an expert in art, but also in various other fields. For example, anatomy, botany, military engineering, and so on. Da Vinci's work is both famous and controversial. He was not allowed to follow his father as an accountant, because he was an illegitimate child. But in the future, Da Vinci is one of the greatest artists and thinkers of all time. We can learn how Da Vinci did not limit his knowledge to just one field, art, but also tried to expand his knowledge to other fields. We will learn how to think like Da Vinci. I summarize it into 3 important things from this book. First, curiosity and experimenting directly. How do geniuses think? Are you curious? Leonardo da Vinci was a man of many skills. You may know Da Vinci as the painter of the Mona Lisa, but he was also a musician, astrologer, scientist, and philosopher. What was his secret? Since childhood, Da Vinci was always curious about his surroundings. He would often take paper and pencil and go to the forest. There, Da Vinci would spend hours drawing trees, rocks, flowers, leaves, and anything else that aroused his curiosity. He then wrote down all his thoughts in a notebook. To give you an idea, during his lifetime Da Vinci had written about 7,000 sheets. For example, Da Vinci was always curious about how birds fly. Why is there a circular shape when a stone is thrown into water? Basically, we are curious too. Maybe we can start by asking questions. For example, practice 100 questions. Try writing in your notebook a list of 100 questions that you find interesting. You are free to write anything. It can be like this: what is the best skill I have? Or it could be a deep question like, what is the meaning and purpose of my birth in the world? From these 100 questions, then choose 10 questions that you think are the most influential, then sort them. Remember, a great person is not one who has all the answers, but one who always asks questions. By asking the right questions, we will be able to come up with better answers. Don't be afraid of being considered stupid for asking questions. Even many of the world's great discoveries started with questions, what if? An idea is just an idea, if not realized in the real world. Through trials and experiments, we will learn through experience. Theory is important, but practice is equally important. For example, to understand the structure of the human body, Da Vinci dissected around 30 human bodies and countless animal bodies. He then drew the body parts in his notebook. This is the reason why Da Vinci's body sketches are so perfect in his paintings. Of course, not all experiments are successful, many fail. But don't let that stop you from trying. Second, maximize the 5 senses properly. Da Vinci always emphasized the importance of the 5 senses. He believed we should use them a lot in our daily lives. The more regularly we use them, the more we force ourselves to focus on the moment. For example, when was the last time you were amazed by the beauty of the moon with its perfect roundness? Or the sky filled with stars? When was the last time you ate a meal without rushing, so that you can appreciate each flavor that arises? Da Vinci once said, "It's sad that most people don't use their senses properly. They used to eat just to fill their stomachs without feeling the sensations. They used to talk without thinking. They used to listen without feeling." Try to learn to be more sensitive to the 5 senses that we have. Sometimes we are too busy living our lives that we forget to live. If you want to enjoy a full life, then use your 5 senses well and enjoy every moment of life to the maximum. When you Google the Mona Lisa painting, you will see that many people find it very mysterious. No one knows the secret of Mona Lisa's smile until now. There are so many emotions hidden within her, that you won't be able to know what the real feeling behind that smile is. Interestingly, if you look closely, you can see that the corners of Mona Lisa's mouth and eyes are covered in bright shadows. This is what makes the smile mysterious. Da Vinci's main reason is that he wants to let the audience perceive the meaning behind it for themselves. Similarly, when you face a problem, don't rush to conclusions. Try to see it from various sides until you can finally see things more clearly. Third, use the brain fully. Science often says that the left side of the brain works with logic and reasoning, while the right side is for imagination and creativity. But Da Vinci believed that art and science can go together. They cannot be separated from each other. For example, he observed carefully the parts of the human body, flowing water and more. Then he used that information to express his art. Da Vinci always emphasized using all parts of the brain in thinking. He once said that a person who shapes his art without the support of science is like a sailor who sails the ocean without a compass. That person will never get to where he wants to go. It was this mindset that inspired the mind mapping method in the future. You can use the mind mapping method for many things. For example, setting personal goals, daily planning, and problem solving. But the most incredible application of mind mapping is that when practiced regularly, it will train you to become a more balanced thinker. Have you ever heard of the big picture? To achieve great things, we don't just want to see things from one side, but we must learn to see them from a broader perspective. When everything we do relates to each other and contributes to the big things in life. So, what are the conclusions? First, geniuses are diligent in writing down their thoughts. Since childhood, Da Vinci was always curious about his surroundings. He would take paper and pencil and go to the forest. There, Da Vinci then spent hours just drawing trees, rocks, flowers, leaves, and anything that uploaded his curiosity. He then wrote all his thoughts into a notebook. To give you an idea, during his lifetime Da Vinci had written about 7,000 sheets. Secondly, the left and right brain are equally important. Science often says that the left side of the brain works with logic and reasoning, while the right side works with imagination and creativity. But Da Vinci believed that art and science can go together. They cannot be separated from each other. He once said that someone who forms his art without the support of science is like a sailor who sails the ocean without a compass. That person will never get to where he wants to go. Third, using the 5 senses consciously. Da Vinci once said, "It's sad that most people don't use their senses properly. They used to eat just to fill their stomachs without feeling the sensations. They used to talk without thinking. They used to listen without feeling." Try to learn to be more sensitive to the 5 senses that we have. Sometimes we are too busy living life that we forget to live. If you want to enjoy life fully, then use your 5 senses well and enjoy every moment of life to the maximum. Please comment in the comments column what lessons you learned when reading this book. Curious to read the entire book? Just click the link in the description or the pinned comment. Thanks for supporting this channel's growth. I hope you found today's discussion enlightening and motivating. Let me know in the comments which book or topic you want me to dive into next. Be sure to subscribe to Self Up and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep striving for self-improvement, and see you in the next video.